Ngoolark is the second in a series of cultural reflection spaces across Joondalup campus.
The building bears the name of the Carnaby's cockatoo, or we call it Ngoolark.
It's more than just a cultural reflection space that people are able to walk past or through. Indeed, within Ngoolark, there are working spaces and study spaces that people are fully immersed with the cultural elements wrapped around them.
With Ngoolark, there was this amazing opportunity that arose through working with Jason Barrow and Kurungul and the elders and so forth, where while there was the want to create a reflection space, I think we all communally believed there was actually far greater opportunity here, which was actually to make the building live and breathe.
Use of our elders reference groups is very, very important. I need to have a reference group by which I can check and reaffirm that my understandings and the cultural nuances and representation of those understandings is true and met with high integrity.
The themes that were brought to us by Jason on behalf of the community were just this breath of fresh air. So it was actually transcended the fact that this was a building.
Being referred to by its name provides a sense of opportunity for the building to be seen as a living entity. The use of the name is a forced learning opportunity, so people are referring to Aboriginal language, our Noongar name for our Carnaby's white-tailed black cockatoos.
Something I've always felt a little bit about certain buildings is they're actually living beings, you know, they're creatures, and this one's a real creature. It's alive, it's a building that's alive, it's alive when no one's in it.
It has an energy and a presence, vitality about it. And indeed, those people who work and study in here and come past it are able to draw on that energy. And when they want to, there's more learning opportunities for them to discover more things about our special and unique Budja here in Whadjuk country. Some of the key people I got to work with within the Ngoolark project initially was Kerry Devine. This was a nucleus for the project right across the campuses. JCY Architects with Libby Goy and Claire Porter. The construction team, so Pat Construction with the build manager, Peter Turner, construction build manager. The key relationships through those different phases of the project enabled wonderful things to occur through here.
I was the design principal at the time, so I led the design work with an amazing group of young people that worked with me. So I maintained that role all the way through, even through to construction, which sometimes as a design architect you spend a bit less time in that area. One of the things that was really fundamental right in the beginning of the brief was the results of ideas that had come from some sessions that were undertaken by Jason with the elders and various other groups within the community, and we ended up with these beautiful themes.
So once the elders group had made some suggestions for slight variations on our original plans and drawings, we're able to present each of the diagrams and the incorporation of 5 main cultural element areas throughout the building precinct and how and why they came to be. So the first cultural feature for Ngoolark itself, the external metal facade and the external glass frit patterns taken from the Carnaby's chest patterns.
So one of the things that was really important quite early in the piece is the creation of this veil. The veil goes all the way around and serves the purpose of providing amazing sun shading for this building. The building, while it's a very solid thing, actually did not feel like a solid thing. It actually felt like this transparent web. We were toying with that whole idea of the shimmering of a butterfly's wings that actually changes all the time. So there's an element of reflection as well and so forth. And that's where the gold came from, because while it is a colour, it actually isn't in some ways. It's actually a form of light.
Coming into the building, a one-off carpet weave pattern that Libby Goy had commissioned for the building. So we see the chest feather patterns again expressed through the carpets and indeed through the parents' room, with male and female birds looking after a junior bird within the parents' room. And a really neat opportunity for an office space for a large sky shot of a flock of Carnaby's flying through to help bring some outside light into a room without windows. The second is the gingy, reflecting the little New Holland honey eaters, so nectar eaters who like to flit about the Banksia woodlands. And the gingy is a link to our Mount Lawley campus, and the traditional name for the Mount Lawley campus is Gingy Joondalup, place of the honey eaters. So the gingy chest feather patterns through there expressed through the internal glass frit patterns up and down through the main mezzanine area to help mask out into floor areas where all your service conduits go through, but also light to come in to light those rooms up.
We loved the natural connections. That's one of the things that was very important because they transcended other things as well. So the relationship that was established very early on in the piece with Jason, he just became part of our team, really, when it came down to it. And through that, the Aboriginal community became part of our team.
A third is the Bindi Bindi, the double-spotted lime blue, or the Nakadaba Salata. It was the story of the double-spotted lime blue, the Bindi Bindi uptake. Some of the elders were quite taken aback as the importance and significance for themselves. Never did they ever think that in their lived life histories that they would see opportunities for those old stories and old ways being able to be represented into the now.
There have been a couple of buildings that I've worked on that actually have done something amazing all by themselves afterwards, and this one just does it on its own. I've had people calling from all over the world. This building's been published in Korean magazines, in Israel, it's been published in Lebanon, it's been published in America. You know, things that we don't know until they come to us. It's special because it's special, you know what I'm saying? And I think one of the things that's really important, and it's not missed by anybody, is this incredible link and melding that it's achieved with Aboriginal people of this region. I think that's what people have seen, that there's nothing token in the representation of stories in this building, and that's what comes back all the time.
The fourth will be the Joondal, and the Joondal is our connection to the Joondalup, place of the long white shimmering hair or glistening moonlight on the water. And that's taken up with our four core areas and the colours and patterns expressed through the brick paving and around the pylons, linking up the water elements from Lake Joondalup leading through the building.
Joondalup campus is one of those very special places for us as Aboriginal people. It's right on the ancient song line that makes its way up through to Joondalup.
A fifth is our Ngoolark student support rooms, and indeed the courtyard outside those rooms through there, and the use of language into our space for our student rooms, Ngoolark being our fire or our home, and then core tent steel with fire patterns and language cut into those spaces as well.
This interaction between that ancient spiritual way and the modern scientific way come together beautifully. The ambience is there, connection to the space through plants and through the design. It just adds that new dimension to it.
There's something beautiful about where the themes came from, even this building's relationship to the people of the Aboriginal community. That to me, it means the world. In some ways this building makes a reflection space of the whole place. I think its identity within the university is a really important one. It's not a building exclusively for Indigenous studies, but it's a building that's completely grounded, completely representational. Its place of its people, but also embraces all other cultures, because in the end the people that come here will come from all over the world, and if there's the opportunity to learn something from each other, this is a little door that opens, and I think that's really a very important part of what makes it so special.